Hello everyone, welcome to iQuanta. So we are going to discuss CAT DILR PYQ 2024 slot 1. Although people were saying that this year the level of DILR sets were a little bit easier, right? But what I tell you that those sets were easier with respect to previous years. But it was not easy for all the students. Very few students were able to solve like good number of sets, okay, but many students, even good students, struggled with these sets. And apart from that, this year there was a surprise which was 22 questions in 40 minutes distributed in 5 different sets, 2 sets of 5 questions and 3 sets of 4 questions. So let's discuss these sets one by one. First set, it says the chart below provides complete information about the number of countries visited by Dheeraj, Samantha and Nitesh in Asia, in Europe and the rest of the world. So these are the information given. Now in case of Asia, you can see Dheeraj visited 3 countries. In case of Europe, Dheeraj visited how many countries? 7 countries. And in case of ROW, rest of the world, Dheeraj visited 1 country. Then comes Samantha. In case of Asia, Samantha visited 0 countries. Europe, she visited 9 countries in Europe. And in ROW, rest of the world, she visited 4 countries. Now, in case of Nitesh visited 1 country exactly in Asia, then 6 countries in Europe and 12 countries in ROW. Now, let's check the given information. It says the following additional facts are known about the countries visited by them. 32 countries were visited by at least one of them. At least one of them means these 3. So there are 30 countries in consideration which were visited by exactly one of them, or exactly 2 of them, or exactly 3 of them. So there are a total of 32 countries in consideration. These number that you can see are from those 32 countries. Now, USA is the only country that was visited by all the 3 of them. At least one of them, all the 3 of them. Then comes China is the only country that was visited by both Dheeraj and Nitesh, but not Samantha. So the language of this question, just after the exam, I was able to review few students of mine and all of them were on the same side. By what was that? That by reading the language of this question, they instantly realized that this question involves Venn diagram. Although it took them some time to figure out how many Venn diagrams will be required to solve this question. It's not 1, it's not 2, there are 3 different Venn diagrams are required as per the given information. So what are those 3 Venn diagrams? So as you can see, there are 3 different segments visited by them. One of them is Asia, then Europe and then ROW. So let's draw those 3 Venn diagrams. In case of Asia, what do we have? Something like this. And in that case, Dheeraj visited 3 countries, Samantha visited 0 countries and Nitesh visited only 1 country out in Asia. Now in case of Europe, again we need to make 3 groups. Dheeraj visited 7 countries in Europe, Samantha visited 9 countries in Europe and Nitesh visited 6 countries in Europe. Then comes ROW. So 1, 2, 3. ROW. Dheeraj visited only one country, right? Dheeraj visited one country, right? And then Samantha visited 4 countries. And Nitesh visited 12 countries in ROW. So 3 different Venn diagrams we have. Let's check it. 371, 371, 094, 094, 1612, 1612. This is given. Now, what values we can fill without seeing any of these information? That Samantha visited 0 countries in Asia. Can we say all of these will be 0? Okay. Now, what's next? In this case, it says 32 countries were visited by at least one of them. So, number of countries visited in Asia by these 3 of them, plus number of countries visited in Europe by these 3 of them, plus number of countries visited in ROW by these 3 of them will be equal to 32. So, we will come back to this. USA in ROW is the only country that was visited by all 3 of them. So, out of all these countries, only USA, only one country was visited by all 3 of them. So, in this case, all 3 of them will be 0. In this case, it's already 0. China in Asia is the only country that was visited by both Dheeraj and Nitesh, but not by Samantha. Dheeraj and Nitesh, only one country that was visited by Dheeraj and Nitesh, but not by Samantha. Dheeraj and Nitesh, not by Samantha, will be 0. Dheeraj and Nitesh, not by Samantha, will be 0. Now, what's next? France in Europe is the only country outside Asia which was visited by both Dheeraj and Samantha. Outside Asia, France is the only country which was visited by Dheeraj and Samantha, but not by Nitesh. So, if this is 1, this will be 0. Right? Now, half of the countries visited by both Samantha and Nitesh are in Europe. Half of the country visited by Samantha and Nitesh are in Europe. So, Samantha and Nitesh, see this. This region will be Samantha and Nitesh. This is 0 here. Samantha and Nitesh. Sorry. No, it was Samantha and Nitesh, right? Yeah, that is correct. Samantha and Nitesh. Then comes Samantha and Nitesh. Half of these countries, so 0, let's say this value is K. So 0 plus K plus this value should be, so K should be half of this. So total, this is, if this is K, so this should be equal to this because this region is 0 already. So can we say, if instead of taking this 1K, if I take this value as K, then this should be equal to this. Now check this out. Number of countries visited by Samantha and Nitesh. Okay. Half of these are in Europe. Samantha and Nitesh 1 plus K. Samantha and Nitesh 1 plus K. Total 2 plus K countries, 2 plus 2K countries were visited by Samantha and Nitesh together. And half of them are in Europe. Makes sense? Now, so we are done with this statement. Now, let's try to fill this. What do we know? If this is 3, 0, 0, 1, this will be 2. If this is 1, 1, 1, 0, this will be 0. Then in this case, this is 7. So 1, 0, 0, this will be 6. Okay. This value K plus 2. So this will be 7 minus K because total should be 9. In this case, total is 6. So this will be 5 minus K. Now again, in this case, total is 1. This will be 0. This is already 1 plus K. So this will be 3 minus K. This is already K plus 1. So this will be 11 minus K. Now, how do we find the value of K here? We know that in any of these regions, the number of values is nothing but number of countries visited by Samantha, Dheeraj or Nitesh or any two of them or any three of them. So these should be non-negative integers, right? It could be 0. So if you check the values of k, what impression I got first, that k should be less than 7, less than equal to 7, k should be less than equal to 5, k should be less than equal to 3, k should be less than equal to 11. So ultimately k should be less than equal to 3 here. The maximum value of k I can take is 3. Now there is another information which says 32 countries were visited by at least one of them. So total number of countries in Asia, in Europe and in ROW, sum of these three, if I say this is x, this is y and this is z, then x plus y plus z should be equal to 32. Now let's try to calculate this. How do we calculate this? So this value is 3 plus 0, this is 3. So this value is nothing but 3. So let's add 3 here. Total number of countries visited in Asia by all three of them will be 3. Now in this, at least one of them actually. Now in this case it will be, let's say this value is 6. 6 plus 7 is 13. 13 plus 7, 20 minus k. So sum of all of these 7 values will be 20 minus k. Now in this case, this value is 4. Total this circle denotes Samantha. So this is 4 plus 11 minus k. So 15 minus k. This should be equal to 32. Now this will be 20 plus 3, 23 plus 15, 38. 38 minus 2k is 32, or we can say 2k is equal to 6 or k is equal to 3. Now if we got the value of k is equal to 3, we can place these values everywhere. So this will become 7 minus 4 is equal to 3 is equal to 4. This will also be 4. This will be 2. This value will be 0. This value will be 3 and this value will be 8. Now we have all the values. So total number of countries visited in Europe will be, so it was 20 minus k. So 20 minus 3, it will be 17. In ROW, 15 minus k, which is 12. So 12, 17, 29 plus 3, 32. So this set is done. Now we can solve these questions very quickly. How many countries in Asia were visited by at least one of Dheeraj, Samantha and Nitesh? How many countries in Asia? So it will be 3. So our answer is 3 here. How many countries in Europe were visited only by Nitesh? Only by Nitesh. Where is Nitesh? This is Nitesh in Europe. So it was 5 minus k, which is equal to 2. So exactly 2 countries were visited by only Nitesh in Europe. How many countries in ROW were visited by both Nitesh and Samantha? Nitesh and Samantha. In ROW, this is k plus 1, Nitesh and Samantha. So is nothing but k plus 1, which is 4. Were visited by both Nitesh and Samantha. So our answer is k plus 1, which is 4. How many countries in Europe were visited by exactly one of Dheeraj, Samantha and Nitesh? Exactly one of Dheeraj, Samantha and Nitesh. So this value is 6, 2 and 4. So 6 plus 4, 10 plus 2, 12. So our answer is 12, which is option D. So the challenge was to create three groups Venn diagrams in this question by understanding the statements, and then it was not very difficult to solve. Okay. Now next set, it says 6 wave surfers M, N, O, P, X and Y each had 30 stars which they distributed among 4 bloggers A, B, C, D. The number of stars received by A, B from the 6 wave surfers is shown in the figure below. So 6 wave surfers A, B, C, D. So A in M, it's 10. A received 10 from M. A received 25 from N. A received 5 from P, and A received 0 from O, 0 from X, and from Y A received 5 stars. Now in case of B, B received 0 from M, 0 from N, 0 from O, but from S, B received 25 stars. From X, B received 0 stars. From Y, B received 20 stars. Now, what does it say? It says the following additional facts are known regarding the number of stars received by the bloggers from the surfers. So these statements has been given regarding the rest of the two bloggers, right? Rest of the two bloggers, the number of stars received by them. So again, in this question, this is a classic case of distribution. So all the students who had practiced distributions puzzles during their CAT preparation, they were able to solve this set very easily, and I hope that you were also. So let's check this, what we need to do. There are 6 wave surfers, so let's take 6 columns: M, N, O, O, P, Q, okay, not Q, it's X and Y, X and Y, and then comes 4 bloggers, A, B, C and D. Now we have our table. We just need to use the given information and need to fill this one. Okay, so first of all, it's given that, what's given here, that each had 30 stars. So M had 30 stars, N had 30, O had 30, P had 30, X had 30, and Y had 30 stars. Now, in this given information regarding A, 10, 0, 10, then 25, then 0, then comes 5, then 0, and then 5. A total of 45 stars received by A from all the 6 wave surfers. Regarding B, it's 0 from M, 0 from N, 0 from O, then comes 25 from P, 0 from X, and 20 from Y. Again, it's 45. Now see, total number of stars is 180 here, 30 into 6. This will be our total. Now let's read these information. It says the number of stars received by the bloggers from the surfers were all multiples of 5. All of these values were multiple of 5, including 0. 0 is also taken here. The total numbers of stars received by the bloggers were the same. All the bloggers, all the 4 bloggers received the same number of stars. So what we can say, A and B received 45, C must have also received 45, and D must have also received 45, which makes it a total of 180 again. Each blogger received a different number of stars from M. Different number of stars from M, and number of stars received by each blogger is a multiple of 5. So think about this. This is total is 30. This value is X. Let's say this value is not X or Y. Let's say something M and N. That is also taken. So let's say G and H. So what will be the value of G and H? G plus H should be equal to 20. What are the possibility? You cannot take 0. You can take 5. So I can take 5 plus 15. These two values are different from 10 and 0. Can I take anything else? 10 plus 10? Not possible. So it can be 5 here. It can be 5 here or 15 here. and 15 here or 5 here. This is the only possibility, only possible number of stars received by C and D from M. If C received 5, D received 15. If C received 15, D received 5. Then it says two surfers gave all their stars to a single blogger. What are those surfers? It's not M. It cannot be N because N has already given 25 to A. Total number of stars is 30. Someone must have received 5 stars from N. Then comes O. 0, 0. Only O can give all the 30 stars to either C or D. So O could be one of them. P cannot be one of them. X can be one of them because X has not given any stars to A or B. So X could be one of them. Y is not possible. Y have already exhausted his number of stars. So it will be 0 and 0. This is 30 already. P has already given 30 stars. So this will be 0 and 0. Now in case of O and X, O could have given 0 stars or 30 stars to C. Similarly, 30 or 0 stars to D. And in that case, X also given 30 or 0 stars to C and just vice versa to D. Now think about this. One of these values is 0. Sorry, 15. One of these value is 15. One of these value is 30. So one of them is complete, right? One of them is complete. So what we can say, okay, in case of Y, it's not my mistake. It's what, only 25, not 30. So this is 0, 0, but this should be 0 or 5. Now one of these will be 0 if one is 15. 30 is fixed. C is receiving 30 stars either from O or X. D is receiving 30 stars either from O or X. One of them is receiving 15 stars. So 30 plus 15, 45 is done. So one of them received 0 stars in both of these. Now let's see. One information is left. D received more stars than C from Y. D received more stars from Y than C. That means only possibility is 5 and this is 0. D received more stars because C cannot receive any more stars from anyone because C already got 45 stars. Why? Because this is 0 and this is 15. So in that case, this will be 5. So this is 15 and this will be 5. And in that case, this will also be 5. Okay, is that clear? Let me repeat it again. Out of these two, one of them is 34C, one of them is 34D. Out of these two, one of them was 15. So 30 plus 15, 45. One of them is receiving 0 stars from N as well as 0 stars from Y. It's either C or D. Now D received more stars from Y than C. That means C received 0 stars from Y and hence 0 stars from N. Now you can see each of them got 30 plus 5, 45. C got 45. Now our table is complete. Now we can solve these questions with ease. So let's check this. What was the total number of stars received by D? So it was very obvious. Everyone received 45 stars, right? So to solve this question, you don't need to complete the table. You can just read the second statement and solve this question. What was the number of stars received by D from Y? We got this, one of the last results that we got. It was 5. How many surfers distribute their stars among exactly 2 bloggers? How many? Exactly 2 bloggers, not M. N distributed to exactly 2 bloggers. O distributed to only 1 blogger. X also distributed to only 1. M distributed to 3. P distributed to exactly 2 bloggers. Y distributed to 3 bloggers. So exactly 2 bloggers, N and P, distributed their stars to exactly 2. So answer is 2. Right? Which of the following can be determined with certainty? The number of stars received by C from M. We know this, right? The number of stars received by C from M is 15. So this we can say with certainty. The number of stars received by D from O. D from O. No, we don't know. It could be 0 or it could be 30. So this is not certain. So what's our answer? Both 1 and 2 no. Only 2 no. Neither 1 or 2 no. It's only 1. Right? So this was also a really good set for students during exam, because you don't need to do much. If you have practiced these type of questions, you will be able to solve this question with ease. Okay. Now let's try the next question, which was one of the best set of slot 1. In fact, one of the best set of all the 3 slots. Not with respect to the difficulty level. Okay. It was also on moderate level, like easy to moderate, but it's a really good set based on games and tournaments. So it says the game of quite is played between 2 teams. 6 teams numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 play in a quite tournament. These teams are divided equally into 2 groups. So there are group 1 and there are group 2 groups, and each has 3 members equally, right? 3 teams. In the tournament, each team plays every other team in the same group only once. So let's say in this group there are 3 teams, 1, 2, 3, and in this group there are 3 teams, 4, 5, 6. So one is playing with 2 and one is playing with 3. And each team in the other group exactly twice. So one is playing 2 match against 4, 2 match against 5, and 2 match against 6. So what is the total number of matches played by one team 1? 6 plus 2, 8 matches. Can we see each team plays 8 matches exactly, right? Each team plays 8 matches and there are 6 teams. So number of matches will be 8 into 6 by 2 because of the repetition. 1 into 4 and 4 into 1. Both of them are same match. So total number of matches, 24 matches total in the tournament, right? This we got with the given information. The tournament has several rounds, each of which consists of a few games. Every team plays exactly 1 game in each round. Okay. Every team plays exactly 1 match in each round and every team plays 8 matches. Can we say there are exactly 8 rounds in this tournament, and each round consists of few games. Total number of matches is 24. So each round will have 24 by 8, which is equal to 3 matches, right? In each round there will be exactly 3 matches. Now this information has been given, okay? This information has been given regarding which team playing against which team in which round, okay? So we know that there are exactly 8 rounds and in each round there are exactly 3 matches. So let's try to make our table. So round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5, round 6, round 7, and we have round 8. Now there are 3 matches in each round. So match 1, match 2, and match 3. These are number of matches in each round, a total of 24 matches, like this, okay? So now let's read the statements and try to decode this table. Each team played against a team from the other group in round 8. What does that mean? Again, group 1, group 2, there are 3 teams in group 1, there are 3 teams in group 2. So it says each team played against a team from other group in round 8. So this team is playing any of these 3. This team is playing any of the remaining 2. This team will play the last one. And in round 4 and round 7, the match-ups, that is the pair of teams playing against each other, were identical. Round 4, round 7, the matchups were identical. Means if there was a match against XY here, okay, then there was a match between X and Y here. Then WZ here, so it will be also be WZ. AB, then this was also AB. Like this. The matchups were same. So can we say these teams are playing 2 matches against each other? So these teams must be from different groups. X and Y are from different groups. Y and Z are from different groups. A and B are from different groups. Right? So let's write it down. For once, we can write it down that let's say X is from group 1, Y is not Y, Y will be from other group. So X is here W, A, Y, Z and B. This will be the grouping. Now again, it says in round 5 and round 8, the matchups were identical. Again, same thing is happening in round 4 and round 8. That the matchups were identical in round 5 and round 8. Same thing as round 4 and round 7. So 3 of these teams will be playing against 3 of these teams in same way in round 5 and round 8. Team 4 played team 6 in both rounds 1 and round 2. So 4 versus 6. 4 versus 6. So one thing we know that round 4, team 4 played team 6 in both rounds 1 and 2. So these teams are playing 2 matches against each other. Can we say one of them must be this from group 1 and other must be from group 2, which is Y. So in place of X, I can take 4. In place of Y, I can take 6. What's next? Team 1 played team 5 only once. Team 1 played team 5 only once. What does that mean? So in the same group, the teams are playing exactly one match against each other. So either 1 and 5 are part of this group or 1 and 5 are part of this group. Okay, but both of them are part of same group. So what are we left with? 2, 3. So that means 2, 3 are from same group. Now, and that was in round 2. So team 1 versus team 5, round 2. That means there was a match against 2 versus 3 in round 2. Right? Only 2 remaining teams. Team 3 played team 4 in round 3. Team 3 played team 4 in round 3 and team 1 played team 6 in round 6. Team 1 played team 6 in round 6. Okay. Now what's next? In round 8, team 3 played team 6. That means team 3 and team 6 belongs to different groups, right? Because whoever played in round 8 also played in round 5. So those teams are playing exactly 2 matches. So 3 and 6 are playing in round 8. That means these 2 teams are playing 2 matches. That means 6 and 3 belongs to different group. That means also that we can put 2 with 3. So if 3 is here, 2 is also here, and the remaining 2 will be in other group. That's it. Now So let's erase this now. These are not required. So team 3 played team 6. Team 3 played team 6. While team 2 played team 5. Team 2 played team 5. So the remaining two, one must have played against 4. And same thing we can repeat in round 4. It will be 3 versus 6, 2 versus 5, 1 versus 4. Right? So now we know in group 1, these are the 3 teams. In group 2, these are the 3 teams. Now let's see what we can do here. How can we fill the table? So in case of 4 playing 2 matches against 6. So 4 has already played against 6. Now remember, 4 must be playing 2 matches against 1 or 5, and those 2 matches will come in 4 and 7. So is there any other match that 4 is playing? 4 is playing against 1 already in round 8. So 4 has played against 1, 4 has played against 6. So the only remaining match is 4 against 5, and that will come in 4 and 7. So 4, 5. So now we should focus and round 4 and round 7. Now what are the matchups possible here? 4 versus 5 is already done. Now versus 2, it could be either 1 or 6, right? Versus 3, it could be either 6 or 1. Now think about this. Versus 3, it could be either 3 or versus 3, it could be either 1 or 6. 6 is already done. That means versus 3, it will be only 1, and versus 2, it will be 6. And same will be in round 7. 2, 6, 3, 1. Now what's left? We have all the matches between 2 and 5, between 2 and 6. So what's left? 2 and 1. We cannot put 2 and 1 here. So only 2 rounds left, round 1 and round 3. So it will be 2 versus 1, 2 versus 1. So what's left? It will be 3 versus 5. In this case, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 6. Now, in this case, 1 versus 6 is given. What's left? About 2. 2 versus 6, 1, 5. 2 versus 1 is done, 6 is done, 5 is done. So either it's 2 versus 4 or 2 versus 3. So do we have 2 versus 3? 2 versus 3 is here. It can only be 2 versus 4. So what's left? 3 versus 5. So now we are done. 3 versus 5 2 times. So now our table is complete. We should be able to solve these questions very easily now. So let's try these. How many rounds were there in the tournament? So again, this could have been solved using the given information initially. Don't require to make the table or solve the table. What is the number of teams that played team 1 in round 5? What is the number of team? Round 5, team 1, 4. It was team number 4. Which team among the teams number 2, 3, 4, 5 was not part of the same group? 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 was not part of the same group. 5 was in group 2. What is the number of the team that played team 1 in round 7? Team 1 in round 7. So it will be team 3. What is the number of the team that played team 6 in round 3? Round 3, team 6, it was team number 5. So there were 5 questions in this set, and you can see that once you start using the information in this table, it's difficult not to solve this, right? So this set was a must attempt during exam. Even if you have practiced only few sets on games and tournament, this was the set because it had 5 questions and the difficulty level was not that bad. All right. So in this one, it says 2 students, Amia and Ramya, are the only candidates in an election for the position of class representative. Students will vote based on the intensity level of Amiya's and Ramya's campaigns and the type of campaigns they run. Each campaign is said to have a level of 1 if it is a state campaign, means a serious campaign, and a level of 2 if it is a vigorous campaign, means a fun loving or attacking campaign. Campaigns can be of two types. They can either focus on issues or on attacking the other candidates. So two different levels of intensity and two different type of campaign, issues and attacking. Next, Amiya and Ramya both run campaigns focusing on issues then. So conditions has been given. What are the conditions? So it says the percentage of students voting in the election will be 20 times the sum of levels of campaigning of the two students. For example, if Amiya and Ramya both run vigorous campaigns means level 2, okay, then 20 into 2 plus 2, both of them level 2, so 2 plus 2 into 20, which is 80% of the students will vote in the election. Among voting students, the percentage of voting for each candidate will be proportional to the levels of their campaigns. For example, if Amiya runs a state or level 1 campaign, while Ramya runs a vigorous campaign or level 2 campaign, then Amiya will receive 1/3 of the vote. So level 1 plus level 2 is total 1 plus 2 is 3. Part of Amiya is 1, so 1 by 3. And Ramya will receive the other 2 by 3 votes. So what do we need is we have Amiya and we have Ramya. Now if we write that what are the possibility, then there will be a level 1. Both of them are running level 1 campaign, or one of them is Amiya is running level 1, Ramya is running level 2 campaign. Then Amiya is running level 2, Ramya is running level 1 campaign. Amiya is running level 2 and Ramya is also running level 2 intensity campaign. So in that case, this is Amiya and this is Ramya. Okay. Now it says that if both of them, if Ramya and Ramya both run campaigns focusing on issues, so in that order, Amiya and Ramya, let's say Amiya on issues, Ramya is also on issues. Then in that case, what will be the percentage share? So total number of votes in this case will be 1 plus 1, 2 into 2, 80%. In this case, 1 plus 2, 60% student will vote. 2 plus 1, 3 into 20, 60% student will vote. And in this case, 2 plus 2, 4 into 20, 80% student will vote. But in this case, both of them are running their campaigns on issues based. Then what will be their share? So in that case, this is not 80, this will be 40%. 1 plus 1 is 2, so this will be 40%. 40% of the total students will vote, out of which, now, what is the share of Amiya? This is 1, this is 1. So 1 divided by 1 plus 1. So 1 by 2 means 20% students will vote Amiya and 20% will vote Ramya. Similarly, in this case, 1/3 will vote Amiya, which is 20%, and the rest will vote Ramya. In this case, it will be 40% students who will vote for Amiya and 20% will vote for Ramya. In this case, Again, both of them are of level 2. So 2 divided by 4 is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 means 40% will vote for Amia and 40% will vote for Ramya. Now what are the other possibilities? So can we say that later you will see that the above mentioned percentages change as follows if at least one of them runs a campaign attacking their opponent. So both of them are running their campaign on issues. That's the first case. There will be one case where Amia is running her campaign on attacking her opponent and Ramya is following on issues. Then vice versa. And then both of them are running their campaign on attacking their opponents. So let's write it down, starting with Amia runs a campaign attacking Ramya. So Amia, Ramya, Amia, Ramya, Amia, Ramya. So attacking, so let's write it down as attacking and on issue. Then comes on issue, then attacking, and then both of them are attacking their opponent. Now, what will be the distribution of votes? Let's see. So in the first case, if Amia runs a campaign attacking Ramya and Ramya runs a campaign focusing on issues, then 10% of the students who would have otherwise voted for Amia will vote for Ramya, and another 10% who would have otherwise voted for Amia will not vote at all. What does that mean? So in this case, percentage of students who will vote for Amia is 20%. Percentage of students who will vote for Ramya is 20%. But if Amia is running a campaign on attacking Ramya, then 10% of these students will go to Ramya. So this will become 22%. And 10% more will not vote for Amia. So 20% decrease, so this will become 16% if both of them are running level 1 campaigns. Similarly, in this one, 20% will become 16%, and here I will add 10% from here. 10% of 20% is 2%. So this will become 42%. In this case, again, take the 10% of 40%, add here, so this will become 24%. Remove 20% from here, so this will become 32%. Remove 20% from here, so this will become 32%. Add 10% here, so this will become 44%. Right? Now, what's next? Next, it says if Ramya runs a campaign attacking Amia, that's the second. The third one, and Amia runs a campaign focusing on issues, then 20% of the students who would have otherwise voted for Ramya will vote for Amia, and another 5% who would have otherwise voted for Ramya will not vote at all. That means if Ramya is running a campaign attacking on Amia, then 20% of the students will shift to Amia and 5% will not vote at all. Okay? So there is a 25% deduction in the total votes of Ramya. So let's reduce 25% in each case. So initially it was 20%, remove 25% means 1/4. So this will become 15% here. This will become 30%. 25% of 40% is 10%. So this is 30%. This will again be 15% and this will again be 30%. Now, in case of Amia, 20% of Ramya will be added. So 20% of 20% is 4%. So this will become 24%. In this case, 8, so this will be 28%. In this case, it will be 4% will be added, 44%. And in this case, 8% will be added. So this will become 48%. Now, what's the last part? If both run campaigns attacking each other, then 10% of the students who would have otherwise voted for them had run campaigns focusing on issues will not vote at all. So 10% will decrease in both the cases. So let's remove the 10%. 10% of 20% is 2%. This will be 18%. This will also be 18%. In this case, remove 10% will become 18%, and this will become 36%. In this case, remove 10%, that will give us 36% and 18%. Remove 10%, so 36% and 36%. So we have four different categories. Both issues, Amia running campaign on attacking Ramya, Ramya running campaign on issues, Amia running campaign on issues, Ramya running campaigns on attacking Amia. Both of them are running campaign on attacking each other. Now, we should be able to solve the questions very easily now. If both of them run state campaigns, state means level 1. Level 1 campaigns attacking each other. So level 1 campaign attacking each other. Level 1 campaign attacking each other. So this is what we are talking about. Then what percentage of students will vote in the election? So 18 plus 18. What is our answer? 36. This was a theta problem where you need to fill. So what percent? 36. 36%. What is the minimum percentage of students who will vote in the election? Now this was a little bit checking all the values. So if you look quickly, you will see that this value is the least again. So 18 plus 18, 36% will be our answer. So answer is option D. If Amia runs a campaign focusing on issues, then what is the maximum percentage of vote C can get? Amia running on issues. So this one, we can focus on this one, either this one or this one. Where do you see maximum percentage? It says maximum percentage of vote that she can get. So in case of Amia, 20, 20, 40, 40. In case of Amia, running campaign on issues, 24, 28, 44, 48%. So this is maximum, right? So our answer is option B. Question number 17. If Ramya runs a campaign attacking Amia, Ramya runs a campaign attacking Amia, then what is the minimum percentage of votes that she is guaranteed to get? So Ramya attacking. So we are talking about this one, Ramya attacking, or this one. Minimum percentage of votes. Let's check 15, 30, 15, 30, 18, 36, 18, 36. So minimum is 15, and there are two such cases. So our answer is option A, which is 15%. Next, question number 18. What is the maximum possible voting margin with which one of the candidates can win? So we need to find the maximum difference. So let's check again. Where do we get the maximum difference? So if you check it quickly, okay, here we are getting 26% difference. Then either it will be level 2, level 1, level 1, level 2, because there is a big difference between those. And then we are getting here, this is 44 minus 15, which is 29%, and that will be maximum difference. Okay. So our answer is option C. So in this question, it was a little bit tricky how to make the table and how to analyze the given data. But once you get all the values, those questions are very easy, right? Now, then comes this question, which is purely DI based. Although in the past few years, if you check CAT previous year questions of LRDI section, you won't find many questions which are on data interpretation properly. There are few questions which are based on, I guess, bar graphs mostly, and some questions are from arithmetic based, but these kind of sets were really few. Now let's check this one. The chart below shows the price data for 7 shares A, B, C, D, E, F and G as a candlestick plot for a particular day. The vertical axis shows the price of share in rupees. A share whose closing price at the end of the day is more than that its opening price at the start of the day is called bullish share. So it's given in the question what are bullish share, what are bearish share. Otherwise it is called bearish share. Now you can see closing price, opening price, closing price, opening price. So all the green ones are bullish shares and the red ones are bearish shares, because in red ones closing price is lesser than opening price, and in uh, green ones the closing price is greater than opening price, and this is what it says, right, that more than. Then it says all bullish and bearish shares are shown in green and red color respectively. Now, usually in these type of questions, I would like to make a table. I would like to write down all the values like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and there are 4 columns: dailies high price, days high price, opening price, closing price, days low price. But seeing that level of the questions in this year was a little bit easier than the previous ones, so it will be high scoring. It gives you less time to analyze the question and solve the questions, right? So in that case, if I make this table of 7 into 4, so 28 values, writing those down and solving them, then it will be a little bit time taking. So why not take all the values from graph itself? Because if you check the questions, all the questions are basically based on directly from graph. You don't need to deduce anything before you can solve the questions. So question number 19, it says daily share price variability SPV is defined as days high price minus days low price divided by average price of opening and closing prices during the day. Which amongst the shares A, C, D, F, only A, C, D, F, A, C, D, and F had the highest SPV on that day? So let's check it. In case of A, what we need to find? The difference between high and low price divided by average of opening and closing price. So high and low. So the top of candlestick, the bottom of candlestick, 2000 minus 1200, 800 divided by the average price 2200, 1800, 4000. The average will be 2000. So this is equal to 2 upon 5. Now in case of D, let's check D. Opening price, this is days high price and days low price, 1200, and this will be 300. So 1500 divided by the average of closing and opening price. So this is 1000, this is 500. So 1500 by 2. So 1 second, let me check the difference here. This is 1200 and this is 300. So the difference, we need to take the difference. So this will be 900. 900 and the sum was 1500 for closing price and opening price. That divided by 2, the average will be 750, which is equal to 6 upon 5. Now in case of F, 2000, 1200, the difference is 800 divided by, this is 1800 and this is 1600, right? In case of F, this is F, right? So 1800 plus 1600, 7200 divide 3400 divided by 2, 7000. This is equal to 8 upon 17. And in case of C, so 1400 and the closing, this is the low will be 800. If there is no stick given, that means the opening price is the lowest, right? So 800 and 1400. The difference is 600 divided by 1200 plus 800, 2000 by 2. So 1000, which is equal to 3 by 5. So which of these has a maximum value? Highest SPV will be for share D, which is 6 by 5. Now, if we have found out these three, if you check the next question, it says SPV is defined as, again the same thing, how many shares had an SPV greater than 0.5 on that day. So again, we already have 4 of them. So we can find the rest of them. What are those? So we can take B, then we can take E, and then we can take G. Now in each of these cases, what will be the SPV? Let's check. In case of B, 2000 is the day's high and 1400 is low. So the difference will be 600 divided by 2000 is opening price and 1700 is closing price. So total 2000 and 1700, it's 3700 by 2, so 1850, right? Then comes E. In case of E, what do we see? So days high is 1400, days low is 1100. The difference is 300. So opening price is 1300, closing price is 1100. Total is 2400 divided by 2, so 1200. Now if we check for G, opening is 1900, sorry, days high is 1900 and this is 1000. The difference is 900 divided by the opening price is 1200, the closing price is 1700. 1200, 1700, 2900 divided by 2, so 1450. Okay. Now in case of B, let me check if I did any mistake, because this says 2000, 1700. Yeah, all okay. So see, in this case, we can simply say which of these values is greater than 1 by 2. It's not A, surely D. F, 17 by 2 is 8.5, not F. C, 3 by 5 is greater than half, not this one. Surely this one, right? Now, so we are getting, now in case of A, let me check once again, days high and days low. So 2400, 1200. So 1200 is the difference, and this is, okay, this is 1200. In case of A, this was not 800, this was 1200. So this will be 3 by 5. So A is also there. In case of A also, the SPV is greater than half. So A, B, D and G, or A, D, C, G. These are the 4 shares for which SPV greater than 0.5 that day. All right. Now, next one, it says daily loss for a share is defined as opening price minus closing price divided by opening price. Which among the shares A, B, F, G had the highest daily loss on that day? So in case of B, B is a bearish share. So opening price is 2000, closing price is 1700. So the difference is 300 divided by the opening price, which is 2000. Right? Now in case of F, the opening price is 1800 and the closing price is 1600. So the difference is 200 divided by opening price, which is 1800. Now in case of G, G has opening price lesser than this, right? So this will be a negative value. So there is no loss here. So this is cancelled. Option A, option D is A. So opening is 2200, closing is 1800. So the difference is 400 divided by 2200. Now it says highest daily loss. So in fraction, this is 3 by 20, this is 1 by 9, and this one is 2 upon 11. Which one is bigger? So 3 by 20 is 0.15, 1 by 9 is 0.11, 2 by 11 is 18.18. So option D, share A had the highest daily loss on that day. Then comes question number 22. What would have been the percentage wealth gain for a trader who bought equal numbers of all bullish shares at opening price and sold them at their day's high? Equal number of shares. So we can take one share each. So what are those bullish shares? So they are C, they are D and G. These are the bullish shares, right? Bullish shares, where the closing price is greater than the opening price. So what we need to find, that what was the wealth gain, who bought equal number of bullish shares. So what will be their cost price? So in each case, I will take only the opening price. So this is 800, this is 500 and 1200. 800, 500 and 1200, this is equal to 2500. And what will be the total selling price by selling all these shares on day's high? So in case of C, day's high is 1400, in case of D, day's high is 1200, and here it's 1900. So 1400 and then 1200 and then 1900, which gives us 4500. So what is the wealth gain? How do we find wealth gain, percentage wealth gain? So the difference is the profit, okay, is equal to, the difference is 2000. So percentage, what is the required percentage? 2000 divided by 2500 into 100. So this is 5 into 4, this is 5 into 5, then 20, we get 80%. So our answer is option A, right? So as you can see, in this question, all the values were very direct. So you don't need to make a table and waste your time in this type. Although it's advisable that if set is a little bit tricky, you can make a table, take all the data there and then solve it. So I hope you enjoyed all these solutions and learned how to tackle these type of sets. So thank you.